Welcome and welcome, guys, to tonight's live. How's it going? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone have had a good week. And tonight we are live talking about life for a Haitian living in the Dominican Republic today. So as you come in, guys, please share the live. Salut tout le monde. Et pendant nous ap entrer dans live là, partagez live là. So, guys, I'm pretty sure many of us are hearing about everything that's happening between Dominican Republic and Haiti. And tonight I wanted to do a continuance to give you guys an update. I can give you boots on the ground updates about Haiti. However, when things are happening in places that you are not physically at, we're best to reach out and bring a guest, find somebody that's in that area. So tonight, guys, we have a guest that is coming on that is a guest from the Dominican Republic, that is a Haitian man that is living in the Dominican Republic. So as of today, guys, to update you all, Haitians, the border is still closed between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. That's by air, sea, and land. So if you are wondering, are things back to business? It is still not back to business. So we are still in this confrontation. And as we get into this interview, guys, I want to remind people, because I have read the comments. We're not here to. This show is about my opinion, right? We're not here to promote hate or to incite riots. However, one of the biggest gifts with social media grants you the chance and opportunity to stand for something. And I am a big believer, if you don't stand for something, then you will fall for anything. I believe this movement is one of the biggest positive movements that I've seen Haitian people take a stance on. And you don't need to even ask that I stand with the Haitian people. And this is my opinion compared to the facts which we know are happening between Dominican Republic and Haiti. So bonsoir tout le monde once again. Greetings to everybody, guys. Let's get into the show. I'm going to bring in our guest. But before we bring in our guest, I'm going to play a quick video, guys. Many of us are wondering what is happening. I know I have been wondering, how does Haitians living in the Dominican Republic feel? And what is happening there on the ground with the border being closed and them feeling like they may not be able to escape? I found a video on TikTok and said that I will be sharing it with you guys and then bring on a guest to talk more about what's happening. So, guys, as you can see, de bezwen konen ki sak ta pase avek Haitien Dominican Republic. Même ke nou konen se pa tout Haitien ki a fè, men gen Haitien vreman yo vreman menase, yo deside yo bay peyi a. Pa konen kote yo pale exactement, pa ka di nou si apre toune Haiti, kote yo pale. Men wè ke yo mèm yo deside ke yo pral on lot kote yap soti Saint-Domingue. So I will share more videos with you, but let's welcome our guests, guys. As you come in, please hit the like button. Pendant ap entre, pa pliye pou peze like la, et partager live la avec un lot moun tou, pou ke ou ka vini a un lot moun pou suiv. Et m salye nou tout encore. Mom vin avec hello. Oh my God. How are you? I apologize. I wasn't expecting you to do that.
No, I was just getting up to fix something over there, but
okay. All right. So how are you?
I'm doing well.
And introduce yourself to the audience as we get the show started.
Well, hey, my name is Rick. I'm originally from Massachusetts. Went to Haiti for a while on deportation airlines, and then I was in Haiti for like 2.5 years, and then, of course, I crossed the border, came into this country to have a better life. To keep everything in a nutshell. Basic story for anyone coming over here, better life, because Haiti didn't have anything for me. Like that's why I really appreciate you and what you have done. It gives me inspiration because I was like, damn, maybe I could have done what you did or what you are doing right now. So in some ways, I kind of regret leaving Haiti, but then again, I'm doing okay over here. I don't know how I would have been doing if I was still in Haiti.
Wow. So let's slow down a little bit so that the people can kind of, some of my peoples are probably like, okay, he's saying a lot, but okay, what year were you returned back to Haiti? Ki ane ou te retounen nan peyi ya? Sou ka bay li tou nan ti kreol pou moun mwen yo ki ap suiv an kreol?
Ok, ben, yo te vou retourner à Haïti en 2014. 23 janvier 2014, Deportation Airlines, as you all know. Et puis, m'a tellement gen pile famille à Haïti. Quand même, te gen famille États-Unis qui te bon ti aide, mais mbat ka comme si rely on them, mbat ka ret sou do yo pour tout temps net. So, et seulement moi te gen qui ta bon ti aide, et puis te gen quelques petits amis avec l'autre famille qui te, là, gon ti ba, non, mais moi, ben, il pas tant pile pour me ka comme si vivre sous ça. So, m konen, paske m gen anglais, paske peut-être m ka excuse me, États-Unis. M de ka sendo men mwen ki sa m ka fe, paske m de tan de gen call center, ou ka fe bon ti kop, se si se la, ou ka bien viv. So, se rezon sa, m te vini ici. So, ça veut dire, m te vini ici septembre 2016, et puis, jusqu'à présent, elle a mieux.
Hmm. So in September of 2016, he moved to the Dominican Republic, was returned in 2014. So let me ask you the 2 years between 2014 and 2016 that you spent in Haiti. Quickly, what was your experience like?
Culture shock. It's like, wow, like, it's like a complete different experience. Growing up in the streets where things are proper and maintained, and then seeing how things are completely upside down in my home country was kind of like disheartening and frustrating, and felt like there was no hope. Because the money was small and it felt like opportunities were minimal. And basically, all I did was stare at a mountain for about 2.5 years. Not to say that I didn't try to look for work, but then when I did look for work, and the funny thing was, they had some clothes that was sent to me from the States, like my people, my old clothes. And some of these clothes were like styles from back in the day, and they were huge, you know what I mean? And like the style of the day was skinny jeans, skinny this, tight fitting clothes. There I am with big baggy clothes walking down like it's like rah, deportee, Haitian deportee. It's like wow, man. And it's like I couldn't really get any work. I remember one time I went into a hotel. I think what was it, Best Western, trying to look for work. And the lady looked at me like as if, what are you doing here? And I spoke to her in Creole, in my hard broken Creole, trying to explain I need work. And she responded to me in French. I'm like, I just spoke to you in Creole. Why are you responding to me in French? And I felt like saying, like, I know another language too. I could break you off with some English that you show that who I am. But that wasn't here or there. My main focus was trying to work, and I couldn't get it. I did like construction for like a day or two, but that fizzled out. It was just basically staring at a mountain, day in and day out.
And life as a deportee for you here in Haiti, you found it was just not feasible for you, to even start your life over. So now we know you come through Haiti, and what made you decide to choose to go to the Dominican Republic outside of what was happening in Haiti? Because things are happening in Haiti. However, for me to decide to move somewhere else, there has to be something which attracts me to head there. What were you hearing about the Dominican Republic that attracted you to head there?
Well, I had this fellow deportee that went there and came back, and he was just telling me about call centers, how you can make money, work overtime. The work was just endless. All you have to do is just be on the phone, speak English, handle a customer, and get paid. And that was basically it. It wasn't like hard work. And I have to say that with my, fellow Haitian brothers that are out here, building up this country, working on the construction sites, working in the rain and the hot blazing sun, and lifting heavy mortar and block and just working hard. I feel like saying they're my brothers, but then again, I don't feel any connection with them because I'm not working as hard as they are, and I'm not building up the country like the way they are doing. So to me, I give them 100%. I look up to them. And the crazy thing is, no matter where I go, I still am looked upon as if I'm a tourist. I get that touristy vibe, or I'm Americano. They always say that. I remember one time I walked into a store. I'm with my girl, and the lady was so happy. She was like, "Oh, Americanos!" Oh. And I'm like, "Oh man, lady, I've been here for a while now." I felt like saying that, but I didn't bother. I just saying, didn't ignore her and just did my thing. But just the fact that my fellow countrymen are working hard, and I was not kind of disrupted my flow. But at the end of the day, I still had to do my thing and get on the phones, work, survive, and that's just basically it. I don't do not much out here, just work and stay home and chill.
So I'm gonna ask this: how quickly were you able to transition into everyday life as far as finding a job and stuff like that? And I'm gonna also attach this question to: do you think the do you think that it is a lot easier for those that have been deported to adjust to the lifestyle in the Dominican Republic than the average Haitian? Est-ce que vous vraiment pensez que li pi facile pour moun ki retourne nan peyi a? On nous dit pour moun qui parle anglais pour vivre normal, pi facile Saint-Domingue que moun qui pas parler anglais.
Hmm. As I think about it, like, in the call center world, there's a lot of Haitians out here working in the call center world. And in some ways, we get a lot of respect over the homegrown Dominicans because we are always more willing to work. We work harder, work longer, sometimes work better. We speak more languages than they do. So compared to a deportee and a homegrown Haitian that's over here, I would really necessarily say it's about equal because the Dominicans, they look at us all the same. Because if we speak English, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So, in some ways, I feel like some of the Haitians that are over here that didn't get deported, they might have a step up because I see a lot of them speak Spanish fluently, whereas a lot of deportees mainly do not speak Spanish. So, I mean, not speaking Spanish in this country won't really hinder you that much. You can always have friends and people to rely on and stuff. But for the most part, in my experience, like the homegrowns, the Haitians that just come over on this side, I think it's about equal. They do okay because they know Spanish. That's been my experience. But other
Wow.
than that, once you're working and you're in the flow of working and you just go to work, go home, go to work, go home. But now that I work from home, it's just wake up, work, go to bed. Wake up, go to work, go to bed. It's just there's not a big how you say adjustment.
Wow.
Because I
So,
mean, when I was
mhm.
in the states, because when I was in the states, I like to work. So working is not a big deal to me. One time, like at one particular call center, they gave me some type of award because I didn't miss any days, and I'm thinking, what's the big deal with this? I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do: come to work, do my job, go home. So I didn't really take that award as anything serious. I'm like, you're paying me to be here. I'm just gonna do my job. But yeah, there's no big difference between Haitians and the deportees here, I think.
Wow. So, to bring you up to date, we have so much that's happening, let's just say today, between the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And as we move forward with this, I want to say that we all have our opinions, but to an extent, Dominican Republic have to offer Haitians something. because if you didn't get anything at all, people would not be wanting to be there. Today, what have life been like for you as a Haitian, let's say within the last week, with what's happening? Have you heard, number one, about the dispute between Haitians and Dominican Republic?
Yes, I have. And as I'm just trying to think about it, I don't really see why there should be a dispute. I mean, when I look at it from the Dominican side, if we prosper, that means they're going to take a few steps back, and nobody wants that. But on the same token, we shouldn't remain downtrodden. We shouldn't remain down because you want to remain up. There should be at least a level playing field because we are on the same planet. Moreover, we are all human. We are blessed to be here. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, a scientist, said that it's an honor to die because it meant that we existed. We were born, we lived, we were here for a while. Compared to the billions upon billions of people that never had a chance to be born, to see the sun, the stars, to eat soup jumu, or to know water's wet, things of that nature, rollerblading, anything you want to think about under the sun. We're here to experience it all. So, in that essence, I believe we are all equal on this planet. We are here living, just trying to live. But why should you try and impose someone else to live well when you're living okay? It's like saying, for example, if sont haïtiens, what manger trois bouts de griot, what bourrer tous les trois bouillons ou pas offrir une. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like if you're eating well, you can maybe give a little bit of your food to share. And I believe that in life, share the goodness. And not just food, but just share the goodness because there's always negativity and bad things in life. And we're living as us Haitians very horribly. So because that we want some water so we can feed our people and live well, that means then the Dominicans are going to have to take a step back. But I believe if we can put a man on the moon, there has to be some type of compromise, some kind of trade where we could balance things out where we don't have to suffer the way we're suffering right now. That's the main focus. Okay. We're not going to try and take all your Dominican food. We're not trying to make Dominicans suffer because that's not right. They're humans too. We're humans. We're all in the same playing field. We just want a fair deal, a fair shake. And why shouldn't that be right? That's what I just don't understand.
Well, as we go on with the show, let me give a shout out to Maggie Pierre. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Thank you so much, my sister. God bless you. And thank you for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. Thank you. Let's go, guys. Madeline TV, bonsoir, Maria. I was just catching up on some old videos. Thank you. Partagez, Jazz Brown. Thank you so much. Partagez live là, guys, avec l'autre monde. Et Shine 36, Shalom, peace, daughter of Israel. Thank you for coming. And guys, if you are new here, si c'est première fois ou suivre nous dans l'émission ça, m'a demandé pour nous suivre channel là, OK? Suivre channel là et pas oublier pour like là et partager avec l'autre monde. Joel Cruz say Dominicans do not have a problem with help Haiti with the water, but what they are doing is illegal. Would you like to answer that? Would you like to speak on what Joel just said?
Being in the position I'm at, I don't want to use trigger words, but in actuality, it makes sense because I can't imagine any Haitian could dictate to any Dominican what Dominicans can do on their land. Like I wouldn't understand, or I can't understand why would there be troops deployed to the border to do what? What are you gonna do? Like again, we're just trying to live. Like, what are you stopping? I can imagine some of these soldiers are saying to themselves, like, why are we driving over here? Like, what are we gonna do? I mean, basically what? I mean, I just don't understand it. It boggles my mind. What are they trying to stop? And I mean, like again, like we have children. Our children need futures, and in order for them to prosper and do well, they need their bellies full. They need proper health care, proper education, all of the above. And again, it's not like your child is better than my child. A Dominican is not better than a Haitian, or a Haitian is not better than a Dominican. We're all the same. So just can we live? Can I live? It's just that's it at the end of the day. We're just trying to live. Don't
Mhm.
prevent me from enjoying this life that I'm here to do. Why should it just be all misery and no love, no bright future? Just showering all day all night? Nah.
Hmm.
And for people that don't know what showering means, showering just means pure trash and filth, you know? Sometimes when people say Haiti Sherry, like love Haiti or whatever, something like that, Haiti sweetheart, I say Haiti Shawoin because it's like, put it this way. It's not just the Dominicans that are doing this to us or any other country. It's really a homegrown Haitian people. At the end of the day, it's the government that always jams us up because they know how to do the right thing for us, but they get hit off and get paid to basically for them to live well, but for us to remain right where we are. I think that's what the root cause of it is.
Hmm. So, Joel Cruz, I'm gonna touch on this comment. Thank you, number one, for commenting. Remercio pour commenter ça. Joel dit que Dominicain ou pas gen problème avec Haïti qui vle de l'eau. Mais ça que Haïti a fait, c'est un bagay qui est légal. Joel, one of the things I've been doing is doing like a lot of research and been really attentive with my ears to the streets in reference to this situation. A lot of people have overlooked the fact that this irrigation system did not just start today. This irrigation system started, guys, way back in when President Jovenel was in office. President Jovenel had already went and had an agreement with the Dominican Republic government, and it was not a problem. About maybe 35% of the canal needs to be done. And today, what have arise all of this problem is because there is a drought problem within the north. And the people of the north, the farmers, have been fought and they won that. It was just stalled. And the sitting government, our prime minister, and whoever else is leading have let that project just die off. There's absolutely nothing that's illegal about what Haiti is doing. And I'm reading how they're saying there's private sectors that is behind it. And it is because the government is not behind it. And yes, you are right. It is exactly because the government is not behind it. That is why the Haitian people have taken a stance. There is absolutely nothing illegal about what Haiti is doing. And it is not illegal for Haitian people to stand up for themselves. Pa gen rien ki ilegal avek sa ke Haitien ap fe jodi a. Paske si ke pou premye fwa Haitien kampe pou defan tet pa yo, mwen pa we problem nan avek sa, ok? E se pa jis kounya, proje sa a komanse depi le Jovenel te prezident, proje a te deja un bagay ki tap fet. So pour un peu moun qui pense que c'est un projet qui est légal, c'est pas vrai. Oui, peuple a campé jodi pour le faire parce que pas de moun qui a campé pour peuple là. So avant que ou moun vin là dans live a dit ça que ou a dit, c'est le même que ou a défendre Saint-Domingue, li pas un problème parce que si ou dominicain ou a pour que dominicain a fait affaire pas. Mais c'est pour gagner en paix vérité. Et moi, nous connaissons depuis nous vivons la vérité. Moi, je compromise. Moi, je camper pour m'entendre. Mais pas dire que ça, ici, à faire, est légal parce que je ne vais pas prendre non. Silver Fox says, hello, everyone. Hello, how's it going? Haiti are stealing a river. Not okay, not acceptable. All right.
Oh my God. It's like people don't do their research, they're just gonna say anything and then
Mhm.
and like not really like know what they're talking about. Because
No,
if
bam bam binju m'a dit frère, pas oublier ça t'a dit m'a quitté parler. Problème nan vin ye que li vin un problème pour le monde là ouais peuple haïtien camper ensemble pour un bagay qui bénéficie pays. That's what it is, guys. We're seeing that it is now an issue when Haitian people stand up for something which benefits the country. It is an issue when Haitian people unite because obviously we are a force, we are a threat. And there's absolutely nothing illegal about that. That river, I believe it is as much ours as it is the Dominican Republic. And let's not forget, this is clearly selfish and inconsiderate because they have 11 connections already to the river where they draw water out. And this is the first time in history that Haiti is getting, qui ça nous dit, une prise, qui aide nous. Vous entendez-moi? Premier
Irrigation,
fois,
you mean? I don't know how to say it in
huh?
Creole. I don't know how to say it in Creole, but I mean irrigation,
Yeah,
just basically the water
yeah.
to grow
It
plants
is
and
the
fruits.
first time, guys, that we're actually pulling water from the river. And the river belongs to us just as much as it belongs to the Dominican Republic. Haitian Warrior King, hello to the Queen of Haiti. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing well, my brother, and you. Checking in, us, Italian Stallion. How's it going? Long live Haiti. We will not fall. Wow. You are already on the floor. Haiti has been. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much, Cruz. Thank you. I'm in Boston now. Enjoy yourself, Maggie. Enjoy yourself. Robert Smith says the country is upside down. Nothing is stable at all. The people don't know what they want. I can agree with that, Robert, that on some cases the Haitian people don't know what they want, but this is not the situation. Today, the Haitian people have came direct and they're asking for what they want. So, what is the problem? What is the issue today that we can't come to a resolution for what's happening today? So, you're right. On certain things, the Haitian people don't know what they want. You could quote me saying that many times. But today, that's not the situation. Today, we saying this is what we want. Do you, do you agree with me, Rick?
Of course, that's
Mhm.
100% what we want. There's really no confusion. If you look in social media right now, if you see the solidarity of the Haitian people gathering around the canal, there's like thousands of people over there ensuring that this thing gets built, witnessing history. Hopefully, there'll be a change in a better direction for Haiti to prosper as well, to proceder, to do big things, or at least a little inch at a time, because it's all right. Someone saying it's illegal doesn't make any sense because, for one, where we are, our people is constructing this, I can't say we, but where we are still constructing this land is on our side of the border. It's on Haitian soil, our sovereignty. We have a right to prosper. We're not, what we're doing right here does not take water away from the Dominican side. It does not. They already have 11, so if we have one for us, we're not taking anything away from you. We just want some so we can eat and do well and prosper, And there's nothing illegal about it. I don't know where that comes from. No, it's just I know maybe what the big issue is going to be was that it's going to hurt some Dominicans because they're not going to be able to function, but they're used to their way of living. They're just going to take a few steps back. But again, if we could really just put our heads together, meaning Haitians and Dominicans, to have some type of trade and I'll give you this for that and back and forth, then we can balance things out. But there's no way in hell that for the rest of eternity, we're just going to be sitting on top of Cheyenne and we're just going to look to the east and say, damn, look how Dominicans doing. We're still down. And we're going to keep it like that? Nah.
Mm. Maggie says, "Good evening, Marie. How are you? You look beautiful just for the glory of God. Keep up the good work. God bless." Thank you, Maggie. How's it going? Thank you. Queens NY718. Bonjour, Marie. Pensez-vous qu'elle est. Guys, I am not good in French, so I need someone, one of my peoples, to please translate for me. Mwen pa bon nan li français, le moun mwen yo nou konen me di nou sa toutan, paske m pata l'ekol Haiti pou un pe moun mwen yo ki ap suiv. So, si m gen moun ki ka pale français, tradi pou mwen sa Queens ap dim nan. Tradi pou mwen. My sister Arlene, how's it going? How's it going? Happy Sunday, Marie sis. Happy Sunday to you too. Hold on. DJ31 says, as a deportee with no papers, he can get a job. DR ain't that bad. Stop the cap. Hold on. You say you are building a whole. One second. I think the DR was looking for an excuse to stop Haitians coming into the DR, and they finally found an excuse. Do you think that that could very well be true, that they were looking for an excuse?
No, they don't need an excuse. It's their sovereignty. They can basically do whatever they want with their country, and they've displayed as much. Like just the other day, I saw a link where they're deporting children. And I mean, deportations are still something that's hot and heavy. They're deporting pregnant women, and I have to say this with an asterisk. Like, in a way, Haitian Batkoy, because you can't come into this country, like, coming from Haiti where you didn't have much, and then you're in this country and you still not be able to do much, but you're doing a little bit better than if you were in Haiti. But why are you having children after children after children? One, I can understand. Two, you're forcing it. Anything after two, you're abusing the system. Because, like, there is like some type of free health care in this country. And if you go to the hospital, just go on any given day, I think you'll literally see more pregnant Haitian women than you see Dominican women sucking up the system. So in some ways, I can see why some Dominicans are upset with us, and which makes sense. But then again, there is a balance because we're still the ones building up your roads, your buildings, and we're the ones that have our hands in your shit to make your life better. So there is a balance with that too. And I can imagine if, for example, Dominican Republic were to open the doors to any Haitian, then basically, you think you see Haitians now, it'll be twice as much. It'll be flooded because as long as they know they can come over here and live well and do well, it would be overrun. You wouldn't recognize the DR. And I'm thinking from a Dominican standpoint. All I want, and I think as any other Haitian would want, is for our country to do well so we wouldn't have to be disrespected all across the world because that's all we get. We are looked down upon. Oh, Haitians are dirty. Haitians are this and that. In my opinion, we are all the same because I do walk around, ride around on my bike, drive, whatever, and I do see a lot of dirty places, but it's not all Haitians doing that. There are dirty Dominicans, there are dirty Americans, dirty Nigerians, Jamaicans, whatever, Norwegians. We're all of the same fucking people, excuse my French, but I just don't like the fact that we're the king of dirt, we're the king of filth, like negative. No, 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 no. We just, in my essence, we're just trying to want better for our country. We just need to get there. But Dominicans don't need any reason at all to do whatever they want in their country. It's their right. Can't say nothing.
And let me give a shout out to Mr. Jackson. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support of Life in Haiti. And Charles says, how do you know there was no agreement? I'm not sure. I was thinking when I read, how do I know there was an agreement? As far as with the irrigation system, there had to be, because it started with President Jovenel and it was not a problem with the Dominican Republic government. So now it is a problem. I'm wondering, why do you think, Rick, today it is a problem when the president is not here when it was okay to begin with?
It's a mixed bag, I believe. A lot of it has to do with just people don't want to suffer. It could be some political aspects to it. I don't want to say too much on that, but it could be something very political. In the Haiti, the mindset of having a tough stance on Haitians, like preventing the evasions. I'm surprised, when they say they want to build a wall. I'm surprised the president didn't say that they want Haiti to pay for it. You know, it's just I can't explain it. To be honest with you, I really don't know what the big deal is now. It doesn't make any sense now because a couple of years ago, when Jovenel, before he was killed and he was doing this thing to build the irrigation, we were still basically in the same mess. Nothing has changed. So I just really can't put a finger on it. I don't speak on things that I'm not 100% sure on, but I really don't see any change. I don't see any reason to it other than fear of going hungry, fear of not having enough money, fear of being a Haitian and being down. That's what I think it really boils down to. Because especially with the people that are near the border that do a lot of trading, a lot of business with the Haitians, I'm speaking about the Dominicans. They're crying up and down. 'Cause especially anytime the border closes, there's no trading going on, no money's being made. Tons and tons of food are being thrown away. And who does that benefit? Neither side is benefiting from this. So all around, it's just a big nasty mess that's not good for either side.
Hmm. Hello, Marie Noog. How's it going, my sister? How's it going, Jonathan? Queens, welcome you guys to the live. I may not be able to get everyone. Bull Ball says, if any of you do not know what Haitians are doing on the river, then you should be left ignored, especially with Joel. Thank you so much. So, guys, we we think about, I think a lot of people are responding emotionally, and I'm not going to use the race card here, and I have not. It's not about a black or white thing. What I think is people may have so much underlying feelings towards Haitians that they're not stopping to see this situation at hand. Like, remove everything else that Haitians and Dominicans go through, or maybe what you personally experienced with a Haitian. We're talking about what's happening today, and this could potentially help the whole north side of our country. It will give the farmers of Haiti a break. So for those that are saying, what would the river be doing? Why don't you take a trip into Haiti and actually talk to some of the people that are standing there day and night working on the river, and that is in support of the irrigation system, so that you yourself can see why so many Haitian people are taking a stance and fighting to get the irrigation system. Let's not respond emotionally. Let's not just be nationalists. One of the things I want to say I respect about a lot of Dominicans, Rick, was I was under the impression that a lot of Dominicans were going to be against this project. But I'm seeing that a lot of the Dominicans are actually against their own president's decision to close the border. They're against their president decision to take this stance against Haitians, because finally, for once, we want to plug into the river when they have 11 plugs there. So if you want to know exactly why Haitians are standing up for the river, then I guess you do not even know what's happening in Haiti, and you deserve to be ignored, because you should know exactly what how it will benefit Haiti. Jean, merci un pile for the $5 super chat. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jean. So, um, Before we continue, I would like to play this video so that we can share it with everybody because there are videos coming from everywhere. And I think my perspective this week has been how are Haitians taking this? Because you get all of the different stories, but one of the things that from my doing interviews with people, Rick, a lot of the English speaking people that are out of Haiti, they pretty much have a decent life in the Dominican Republic. But you also have other Haitian people that have had different experiences. So I'm going to share some of this video, guys, with you all. Hold on a second.
Si l'État haïtien pas fait un bagage pour haïtien captif en République dominicaine sans les gros massacres, sans les gros guerres qui les fait. Parce que moi-même, en zone que nous sommes sortis dans le camp, que les constants ça. Et puis, je suis dans la capitale là, et puis, dans une zone que les lots les dos. Policiers qui prennent, et pas immigration, policiers qui prennent, les policiers qui prennent, si nous avons comme tout le monde, c'est qu'à négocier avec eux. C'est qu'à négocier avec eux. Même pas que parce que des intérêts, même pas au même niveau. Même si tu as à peu près 15 000 personnes, des intérêts. Pas que tu as touché, les policiers prennent la prison. À l'eau, et puis, là, on vient de l'immigration, l'immigration, on met le monde en prison, c'est Aïna. Il fait 5 jours dans la prison Aïna, sans manger, sans de l'eau. Et quoi d'abord, le combat qui est le niveau là, comme si son niveau lié, le travail, le tête. Moi-même, je parce que je suis jeune, posé, qui fait moi-même arriver à Haïti, on partit qui cassé, immédiatement cassé. Moi, depuis l'État haïtien, on bagaille pour nous. Parce que nous-mêmes, Santo Domingo, c'est la vie à chercher. C'est misère pour nous. Moi-même, je suis côté de là, je suis pas grave vivre Haïti encore de façon meilleure. Parce que tout le temps, je suis Santo Domingo, ça va être travail. Moi, je suis pour bagaille. Nos femmes, c'est Mital Valdo, nos petits jeunes. C'est pour la première fois que je devant toute caméra. Ça. Je vous remercie. Et si vous avez un contact, moi, je vais faire. Moi, je vais faire. Je vais pour me retourner la caméra. Même pas envie de retourner encore en République dominicaine illégale, je vais aller là. Et même moi, légal, obligé de faire une prudence. Parce que le président qui a déclaré clairement la guerre. Parce que les gens illégaux qui n'ont pas papier, pour déporter au bout, peut-être qu'on sait qu'on va nous dire qu'on a parti à Haïti. Parce que si vous avez un passeport ou check pour République dominicaine, vous avez une frontière fermée, vous avez un check pour Haïti, le débat. Nous pouvons venir dans la misère. C'est ma et je vais pour manger.
Pendant que tu vas à ce domaine-là, combien de temps tu étais derrière?
J'ai 7 mois, Santo Domingo. 7 mois, nous avons qui les Los Frailes, Las Américas. C'est là que je travaille.
Si on peut pas te tout, c'est vous.
C'est pas moi peut-être mais beaucoup de gens qui font action pour ça. C'est vous qui venir de façon arbitraire, de façon mal. C'est pas immigration pour nous, c'est police, tellement baïonnette. Et c'est de mon côté qui vraiment sécurisé. Depuis où il y a immigration, police, là pour le monde, pas de haïtien derrière. Le gouvernement pays nous dit bagaille pour nous. Parce que les policiers qui sont derrière, tout partout aucun policier, les policiers circulation, les policiers même qui là comme si par le manque même quoi qui était à tout le monde.
Ooh,
Fast, easy access to premium quality water can make all.
Là, m'a regardé pe bagay sa yo tout nan tête moi m'a dit moi m'pa comprendre nous même haïtien gen nan nous qui vraiment sans honte. No disrespect to you, okay? Parce que si que ou connaît que ou passer pile misère ça dans un sens nous pas même dire haïtien parce que c'est l'état tout qui mette pays nous dans l'état que nous y a et on nous bail vérité c'est ça qui fait que l'autre pays t'a campé pour yo faire fréquent qu'il a fait avec peuple haïtien jodi. Moi-même, problème moi gen avec un pays haïtien parce que moi-même tout me comprendre douleur Haïti. Même son monde, une femme qui est tellement fière de Haïti, c'est difficile pour moi à l'un côté qui pas accepter Haïtien. Vous connaissez, aux États-Unis, moun ka dit tout ça, yo dit nous passer misère, mais l'État pas avec moun yo direct côté yo a dérespecter Haïtien dans l'État ça. What do you think from this video? Because I don't want to take over.
It's hard to say, like everybody got their own road in life to take, Some take a good road, some take a bad road, it's a toughie, But so dia se ve haïtien sont yo soumoun too, It's it's disheartening, sometimes how my people can behave, but it's just a microcosm of the way the world is. Because in essence, there are very good people in this world, and there are very bad people in this world. People with good intentions, people with ill intentions, people with no intentions, people that don't care. It's just a mixed bag of everything. You just gotta weave, bob and weave, swim through the field of life, basically, just to get to where you want to get to. Some people do it by hook or crook. Some people do it the right way. It's just hard to put a finger on it. And I'm not, everybody got their judgments, their opinions, judging opinions is one and the same. You can intertwine those two words. And it's just a matter of, I think at the end of the day, trying to do as good, positive things as possible if you want positive energy to remain in your life. Sometimes I used to think, I used to do bad things, and I would say to myself, why do I gotta play fair when life doesn't play fair? Sometimes I gotta cheat, sometimes I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then upon realization, I'm like, I gotta keep that negative energy to a minimum. Even though it's always gonna be there, I gotta keep the mindset that the negativity is always gonna be there. But what am I gonna do about it? I can't really speak for the next man. I could say he or she is doing something negative, but are they really gonna care about what I think or say? No. No one comes to me and asks me if it's okay if they do X, Y, and Z. So it is what it is. You do what you do to get ahead. As long as I believe you're not really hurting anybody, do what you do. But then again, people don't see it the same way.
You living in the DR, do you feel that the DR's president have basically declared war against Haitians within his country and the neighboring country? How is the temperament there for you that's on the ground living in the DR as a Haitian?
I look at it this way. It's really political at the end of the day. Just the same way where other nations don't want to put a soldier in Haiti, and if even one soldier gets killed or anything like that, that president of that country would have a tough time getting reelected. So that's why, like, yeah, Biden's not going to send any U.S. troops to Haiti to fight the Bundys. That's not going to happen. I mean, Kenya offered, so I don't know where that political situation is, but I believe if one Dominican dies in any kind of battle over this water issue, that'll be like a death sentence for Abinader because I imagine he wants to get reelected. Okay, he wants to show a tough stance on the invasion, Haitian invasion. That's what they call it, and things of that nature, which I get. But if one Dominican gets hurt in this conflict, I'm pretty much sure that he won't get reelected, and he doesn't want that. So he's gonna find another way out. He's just probably putting on a show, a nice show and dance. Look what I can do. But again, I imagine some of these soldiers that are driving over there, they're saying to themselves, like, what am I going over here for? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're going to have your racist people. And I look at it this way, right? To be racist is like you're ignorant. You don't know anything. You don't know better. You think you're better than someone else because of whatever reason. But if you're a racist with some type of intelligence, you're no longer a racist. I believe you're evil because if you have some type of intelligence, some type of education, you know that we're all equal, we're all human beings, and we're all trying to do better because you've been educated to be made aware of these things, and you still decide to think you're better than someone else, and you're going to impose your will on others. Now you're no longer a racist. You're just evil. That's my stance on it.
Hmm. Have you heard of Haitians leaving the Dominican Republic since all of this?
Yeah, that video you were showing, that was a bunch of Haitians leaving the country. And they just, I guess they're fed up with it, they're not happy with it, and they just said, okay, I'm out. You know, what I mean, which I can understand that. I don't have that option at this time. You know what I
I
mean? I
was going
can't
to
just
ask,
up
have
and leave.
you thought about leaving the Dominican Republic yourself?
If I know I could live comfortably, or at least just be able to provide for my peoples, then I would consider it. Yes, you know, because there's nothing. How you say? I'm not in my homeland where I truly feel welcome. I don't like what they're doing to my people or what's happening to my people. It's not right. It's not fair. But I mean, their country, so I just gotta move accordingly. You know, I'm not gonna be the solo voice rising up and making, marching the streets, protesting, or doing anything like that. No, I mean, I don't know if I should be a voice for Haitians or the situation that we're going through. You know, I mean, what is there that I could say that would change anything? Because it's too erratic. Too many mouths are moving. Too many opinions and decisions and fears and all this nonsense going on to for one voice to make a change. And I know maybe that's a bad way of looking at it, but I believe like collectively we gotta be together. You know, union fait la force. You know what I mean? Together it makes strength. So I believe something like that would have to happen before I would like say join in. But I'm not gonna be a lone voice, and it's not gonna move the change. As you say in football, it's not gonna get us down the field. So it's hard for me to say I like it here. I'm not 100% happy here, but it is what it is. It's life. I just got to keep it pushing, keep it moving, and do what I need to do. But if I could go home and still live the way that I'm living now, I'll be more than happy to do it. But that's not an option for me.
So, being in the Dominican Republic, let's just use, for example, myself. Let me give a shout out to Italian Stallion. Thank you so, so much for the $5 super chat. I think Joel is the cousin of the Dominican Republic president. He might be. Thank you, Stallion. Thank you. Living in Haiti myself, I get to speak to other Haitian people and hear how we feel about certain things which is happening, certain thing that affects the whole country as a whole. How are Haitians in the Dominican? Have you spoke to any Haitians in the Dominican Republic? Those that are living in the Dominican Republic, is it just because the Dominican Republic offer that comfort and safety for them that they have turned their backs on Haiti and assume that what's happening in Haiti has nothing to do with them? What is the stance of Haitians living in the Dominican Republic? Because from what I gather from every Haitian that I've interviewed in the Dominican Republic, basically you cannot stand up and say you're Haitian and you're proud.
No, I say I'm Haitian and I'm proud. You know, right off the bat, they always think I'm an American. I'm like, nah, soy Haitiano. You know, I let them know right off the bat. I don't play no games. I don't walk on eggshells pretending that I'm something that I'm not, because I feel like that'll be like a disgrace to who I am. I'm fucking Haitian, and that's it. You either like it or you don't. Either way, I don't give a shit. Keep it moving. That's how I see it. You know, and there is a lot of unity, and I think the unity comes from a lot of depression and downtroddenness. Like we're always being kept down. You know, oh, how you doing in Haiti? What's happening in Haiti? You know, the Bundys are doing this, the Bundys are doing that, the government's doing this, the government's doing that. They keep keeping us down, and then we're in this country where we're looked down upon. And you know, I don't feel the full brunt of it because I don't look like your average everyday Haitian, but I'm in unity with them. So I can't like speak bad about anyone or say any negative about anything or anyone. I'm speaking of the situation. And the Haitians that I feel like they they're not happy as well. They're not happy with what's happening to our peoples, to our homelands, and how we're treated over here because of what we do. And again, I have to say with an asterisk, because there are certain Haitians, Yobat Koyo, they do put us in a bad light. But they're just ordinary people. Because you can find Dominicans that are equal doing the same things that the other Haitians that are looked down upon do as well. But I think at the end of the day, we just have to find better ways to be, I can't, I'm just, my mind is rambling with thoughts. I'm just thinking at the end of the day, it really starts with the government, with the
Hold
Leta.
on, hold on. Before you go forward, Rick, you mentioned something about you don't look like a Haitian. I
Some
may
of them,
be playing the devil's advocate, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean when you say you don't look like a Haitian? Because for me, I mean, I'm not saying that I would instantly assume you were Haitian, but I would know for a fact walking by you that you are not a Dominican. So,
well, in the States, I got that as well. Oh, you don't look Haitian. And I'd be like, well, what does a Haitian look like? I mean, of course, I know they're very light skinned, red bone, light skinned Haitians. So that's not really what I'm getting at. But over here, in essence, yes. It maybe skin color may have something to do with it. But above all, I really think it's the way I carry myself, the way I walk, the way I dress. I just give American vibes. So I think that'll be the first thing. They confuse me for an American instead of a Haitian. And even Haitians, when I'm at a store and I walk in and I start asking for something in Creole, they go crazy like, oh, you're Haitian. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, okay. They're shocked. I mean, I don't know what's the big shock from. I mean, there's still plenty of light skinned Haitians. There are even white Haitians. Aren't there Syrians? Middle Easterns, right, that are living in Haiti, and they're very light as well with the long straight hair or whatever it may be. But I mean, that's where I'm getting at. Like, I don't put a Haitian vibe to because you can see the Creole's very heavy. I'm not like deep entrenched in the Haitian culture and everything there is to be, but I'm still at the end of the day Haitian. And I remember when I was in Haiti, like especially when I was fresh off the plane and I'm walking around in a marketplace and they would call me blanc, 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 hey, blanc, 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 vinachte, vinachte, they were saying, hey, you okay, you whitey, come by, come by. That's what they're basically saying to me, right? Or blanc, in essence, in Haiti, when you're saying that means like you're a foreigner. So it not just means white, it just means you're a foreigner, blanc, vinachte. So when I start speaking, they make fun of my Creole, and I'm like, hey, and a lot of times I can tell I'm older than them, and I say, hey, don't make fun of me. I mean, I was a baby of this country before you. I just got a chance to leave, and now I'm back. But don't make fun of me. You know what I mean? I check them. But other than that, I get that wherever I go. But I still represent the flag, represent who I am, and I let them know early. I've never ever once said I'm this other or that other than Haitian. Anyone, anything, anytime.
so okay, I've heard of even African Americans being discriminated against, Rick, in reference to the discrimination, if we go to that part in the Dominican Republic. Have you ever faced any sort of discrimination since you've been living there in the Dominican Republic?
Discrimination, no, not no straight discrimination. I wouldn't say so. No, I haven't faced that. I can't really say, but I can feel the vibe when it happens to my fellow brothers and sisters. Like seeing what happens to them on TV and sometimes on the streets or whatever. And I mean, it's just it is what it is. It happens. I mean, that could happen in the U.S. That could happen somewhere in China, wherever black people are. We get discriminated against because I guess for some reason we're at the bottom of the food chain because of our skin color. And but for me, well, in regards to the African Americans, I've only heard about it on social media like YouTube or whatever. Some African, especially when they were at the height of the deportations, they were confusing some African Americans because they were of darker skin. Confusing them for Haitians and shit. And sometimes they would, immigration would try and take them away. I guess they have to either pull out their American passport or keep it flowing. That's just basically it. Yeah.
Hmm. So you mentioned earlier that there are things that happen with Haitians in which you do not like. Give me an example. Give us an example of things that you would say which happens with Haitians which you do not like.
For example, like when you go to the supermarkets, right? You have the Haitian ladies selling, your peas and your socks and your underwear, all types of things, and they're just basically trying to live and survive. Now, of course, they have this I don't know, this police force, I guess, that chase the ladies around so to prevent them from selling their things out in front and by the supermarkets. But it's kind of weird in this country because if you have a law, why still daily you see the Haitian ladies there? So it's a corruption type thing too. Money moves. So a lot of times I see that these police force, they abuse the ladies because they'll take the little money that they do make in order to let them stay there. It's against the law, I guess, to sell your things out in front of a store. But then again, they're constantly out there. So which is it? And I'm all for letting these ladies do their thing. Why would I be against that? But it's also like the corruption of this country. Money moves. I had to pay a little money one time when I got caught up smoking a little something I wasn't supposed to smoke. And basically I had to give a little cash to make the guy go away. That's just basically it. Money moves. That's just the way it is. And that's within from Dominican to Dominican as well. As long as you have money to get out of a certain sticky situation, money talks before they put those magical cufflinks on you or handcuffs on you.
Wow. So let me give a shout out to Mr. Jackson. Thank you so much for this $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for your continuous love and support of Life in Haiti. Manesta, how's it going, my sister? Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you to each and everyone who does super chat and support this channel and support me while I'm live. Just want to say thank you all so very much. We have someone else in the back. I'm going to bring someone else to join us on the show, Rick. Is that okay?
Of course.
Definitely. Let's bring them on. Italian Stallion, welcome. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. I had to chime in on this one.
Well, thank you. How's it going? And I don't know, where do we start? Since you chiming in, I know you visited Dominican Republic several times. What is your perspective on this?
Well, at the end of the day, like I said, I know enough about it now. And, we've talked, offline several times about this. And being in the Dominican Republic, traveling several times there for vacation. This is really about ego and money. I mean, this is what it really boils down to. And I'll give you an example. The United States has some responsibility on some of this. There's a hidden hand behind some of this. It's indirect, but I'll give you an example. For example, and I know there's a lot of Haitians that come over to have children over in the DR. And I understand it's a strain on their system because the Dominican Republic's not a rich country in itself, compared to the U.S. and other industrialized countries. What the United States would need to do to offset that, instead of just criticizing the Dominican Republic about it, is send some funding to offset the cost that the Dominican Republic has for these women that come over and have children. Now, we can talk about, whether they have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids or anything, but just the fact is that, they're coming over to have a safe birth. The United States has to play somewhat of a role in that, at least on that one issue. And this kind of stuff, like I said, it's about money. And we talked about this before. I've been to Ghana several times, and there's an issue there that, it's not really discussed on YouTube. They talk about it. There's an ongoing issue between Ghanaians and Nigerians. The Ghanaians do not want Nigerians in their country as a whole. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff, how people feel about Nigerians there. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of Ghanaians won't even rent. If they have property, they won't even rent to Nigerians. I mean, there's an outright, we don't want to deal with Nigerians in any way, shape, or form. They have their own beliefs about them, which I personally don't share. But this is all about money, ego, and other factors. But the thing is, the Dominican Republic, in my opinion, now this is only my opinion, they're screwing themselves by doing this deportations and rounding people up and sending them over. They're only screwing themselves because me as an American, others come down there, we interact with everybody, including Haitians. And the thing is, they're the ones that are doing some of the work that the Dominicans do not want to do or will not do. So it will impact their economy in the long run. And they're playing the short game by doing what they're doing. And they're only going to draw smoke from other countries by doing this. Now, yes, is it their country? Yes, I get that. But, the other thing is, if you're desperate, you got to come across the border. I mean, like I said, there's got to be some happy medium on this. And I'm just looking at it from my perspective, and I know what they do. I personally experienced this. There was a female that I knew down there that I had some of a relationship with. She got picked up, and basically the police told her either give us I forget what it was, 1,000 pesos or 5,000 pesos, or we're going to put you in the bus and deport you. Well, Chavez, she didn't have it in her pocket. So what had happened? She got deported. She had to go get her papers reissued and come back over. So, this is like this ongoing game, and there's money involved too. There's money around this whole thing, bringing people over across the border. There's smugglers. There's police being paid off in Dominican Republic, off of Haitians when they go and pick them up. I mean, this is all a money game. So, that's just my viewpoint and just my own experience, what I've seen. And like I said, I don't know what the real answer is, other than just that people need to work together, because there's only so much resources there, and the more they work together and less tearing down, the better people are going to have a better quality of life.
One of the things you mentioned is the fact that the U.S. could assist, and I'm sure that the U.S. have heard about what's happening. A lot of it has to do with control. If you ask me, I think that Haitians, we have walked with our heads down for so long that now it's going to be difficult for other nations to see us as a confident country, or a country that is trying to stand up on its own, because we have allowed so much. What a lot of people may not understand is we have a recent United Nations meeting which will be taking place soon. And I have seen many United Nations personnel, employees that are here and present within our country. What gets me is I have heard all of the news, all of the reports on what's happening, yet we have not heard an official report, an official reply to either respond to the action that the Dominican president have taken, or in defense of what's happening with Haitian people. So if you ask me, it's about a control thing. Somewhere down the line, it's difficult for people to accept that what Haiti is trying to do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, there's a short-term solution to this, and there's a long-term. The short-term solution is for some interaction internationally to quail some of this, whether it's the river, whether it's the women having children coming over, whether it's issuing out visas more fairly and more equitably in the Dominican Republic. That's the short run. The long run is really, it goes back over in Haiti, where they got to get it together. I mean, like I said, these warring fractions politically and everything else, they got to sit down and work tegether, because tearing down everything doesn't help. It really doesn't. There has to be some sort of peace agreement. It's almost when I see some of this I know in Haiti, like I said, I got because looking at this out of default, it's almost like the Palestinians and the Israelites, over in the Middle East. It's almost getting to that point where it's so divided and there's so much animosity that it's just this ongoing fighting. It's like a civil war within the country. So the long run would be to like I said, I'm not an expert in anything, but the killing's got to stop. That's the first thing, and then you start building on that, and you start having everybody gets a political say, and there has to be some transparency within the government. And of course, the stealing, that's my opinion. That's the first thing. Everybody that's been in that government has stole money and left and went to the U.S., France, Quebec, wherever. They need to be held accountable. That would be a starting point. Bring those guys back, prosecute them, and to the people, I think that would be a starting point to see that, hey, we're serious about this. And money comes in the country is going to go towards the people, the roads, the schools, and everything else, not to line their pockets.
Well,
So, Rick, let me ask you, let me read a few comments, and I have a question for you, Rick. Isaac Gonzalez, welcome to Life in Haiti. Welcome, guys. For those who are watching who have yet to subscribe to this channel, guys, kindly hit subscribe. And please check out my second channel, which is LIH Voice. There is things that are away from Life in Haiti, guys, that I like to talk about. So you get a different side of me there on my second channel. I know I have about 14K and some here and 200 and something there, guys. So I'm going to ask about 130 people tonight who are watching to please subscribe to LIH Voice, which is the sister channel to Life in Haiti, guys. So please subscribe there. So if you're new here and have yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button here and kindly share with others, guys, so that this channel will continue to grow. And I just want to welcome you to Life in Haiti, those who are new. Isaiah Gonzalez says, yes, we are against our president. Everyone is saying we will not re-elect Abinadab. Dominicans feel we have been betrayed by politics. Byron says, hello, Byron, and welcome. Hey, I'm Dominican, and believe me, we are against what the Dominican government is doing. We need to help each other. We don't only need to build one canal, but many. The river is born and it starts in Dominican in the DR and goes through Haiti about 6 miles, then go back to Dominican Republic. So I'm not sure exactly where you were going to go with that, but I'm going to go somewhere positive with it. 6 miles, you guys, do you agree that's a lot of space in reference to land?
it could have been 6 feet. It doesn't matter. It's on our soil, okay? And we have a right to do our sovereignty to do whatever we want on our land for our future children to prosper. Now, with that said, right, I remember when I was, first in Haiti, and I remember I had my girlfriend, and people were saying, "Hey, you're gonna have a baby with her? You're gonna have a baby?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not working, and life is very hard for me. Why would I invite a baby into this misery without being properly able to care for it?" I remember one time I'm watching a documentary, and the guy's showing how he lives, and he has about 3 or 4 children, and the bed that they sleep on is made out of rocks. And I'm saying to myself, okay, after baby number one, okay, I get it. After baby number two, all right. But three and four and five, and you're all living hard. And what the gentleman said earlier, it's not really just Haitian women coming over here because they can have a safer birth. I mean, like I literally seen with my own eye because when I had my girl was pregnant over here, we were going to the hospital quite frequently. I said, like, if you want to take about, I would say at least about 7 out of 10 women there were Haitian. And mostly these women didn't only have just one child. Like they'll be literally while they're pregnant, while their belly's full, they have a little child next to them, or 2 or 3 after that. On the streets, I would see, yeah, women walking around with one baby in their hand and then holding another one by the arm and then the other two trailing behind. I feel like it's about accountability and control, and there is none of that. I mean, I don't know if they were educated about birth control or abstinence or maybe, controlling themselves to not invite babies into this misery because, again, we're in this country where nothing's guaranteed. Even when a Haitian is born in this country, they don't enjoy any rights of a citizen. You're not a Dominican. Even though you were born here, you're not a Dominican, especially if your father is not a Dominican. If your father is a Dominican, then they can say, okay, you can get your cedula, you'll be able to work and have a future here. Maybe. But really, I think it's really about control. And I think some Haitians don't have it, whether they're in Haiti or whether they're over here. I think that's one of the big deals that, it's really exacerbating this situation between the Dominicans and the Haitians.
Hmm. Wow. Let me ask you, what advice do you have for a Haitian that is planning on moving to the Dominican Republic?
Hold yourself up, hold your head up high. Be proud of who you are because negativity is always going to be there. You can be proud you're Haitian, you can be proud of your country and all that, but the fellow person, the fellow Dominican who's looking at you, can still see you as a pile of doodoo. Now, are you going to be able to change that person's mindset if he's already thinking you that way? Is it up to you to really try and change that? No. Just do you. Do what you need to do to elevate and whatever goals you have in place, go for that because you got no time to try and prove yourself to anybody but yourself and getting to your goals. That's the main underlying reason. Because even when I was in Haiti, people say, "Oh, don't say you're a deportee. Don't say you're a deportee." I'm like, "Yo, go stuff that up your whatever." I don't know. I'm Haitian and that's excuse me. I'm a deportee and that's it. I did what I did. I was already judged. Okay, I did my time. It's over with. So if you're gonna view me as this, that, or whatever, that's on you. As long as I don't prove you right. You're not gonna see me there on the streets where I'm drunk in the streets or I'm robbing people or I'm doing something crazy. It ain't gonna be none of that. So for me, I felt like I was proud to tell people I was a deportee because I felt like I represented like a different person who's like, mind his own business, not into any nonsense, not looking for trouble, just an easygoing kind of dude. Like my nickname is Chill. Like I'm just a relaxed kind of guy. I don't look for no problems. Just let me be, but I ain't gonna kiss your ass trying to jump through hoops, trying to, you know, make you believe this is who I am. I'm gonna show you who I am. You wanna believe it? Believe it. If you don't, go somewhere with that.
Hmm. Many believe that the Haitian government causes all of these problems. I don't even think we want to elaborate on that because I think what's understood don't need explaining. Or we
Right?
agree with that.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Andrew says the dimension of the canal is the problem, not the canal itself. Remember that conspiracies. Guys, I've shared the link also. So if anyone else would like to come in and share, as long as you will be respectful. I don't get that the dimension, I don't understand exactly, Andrew, the message which you are trying to get apart. So if you are still here in the chat, please elaborate, or you may stop by and visit and voice exactly what you are saying, because we welcome different opinions here. It's not, there's more than one way to do things. So elaborate on that. Green Green Thug says the river needs to be inspected by engineer from both sides to look on to what impact that canal have on the floor of the river. I'm Dominican. I have no problem with the canal as long as it's done correctly. What do you guys say?
Well, it makes sense, I believe. As long as it's structurally sound and it does what it's supposed to do, then ja, as we say in Dominican Republic, means yeah, we're all good. It's already said. It's all good. So I believe as long as it does what it's supposed to do and feed our people, that's the right course of action.
Stallion?
But that's on mute. No, yeah, I mean, no, the river divides the two countries. So if the Dominican side is pulling off the water for their own irrigation, and Haiti's just starting it now, which that's hard for me to picture that, but let's just say that's true, then I don't see what the issue is. I mean, the other side of the river is, that's Haiti's sovereign country. So, like I said, I got to read more up on this. I don't like talking too much about it, but if that's the situation, then I don't even see what the issue is to start with. Be honest with you.
Okay. His Green Thug is saying the river needs to be inspected by engineer from both sides to look onto what impact that canal have on the floor of the river. I'm Dominican and I have no problem with the canal as long as it's done right. And in that aspect, I want to say I do agree with everyone. We want it to be done right, number one, because history has proven itself that Mother Nature is not always on our side, especially in Haiti. There's no resources, there's no FEMA, no aid there when Mother Nature strikes, especially towards the Haitian people. So I do agree that there should be engineers, that should be studies to make sure that the river is done correctly, not only for the benefits of the Dominican people, but also for the benefits of the Haitian people, especially the people in the north, which it will impact first. So if that is the president's only issue, I believe that could have been talked out instead of taking extreme measures. And as I've mentioned, that there's still an ongoing meeting, talks in reference to the canal with the Haitian government. And Abinader, the president of Dominican Republic, still decided to shut down the border by air, sea, and land. And for me, that is just a complete lack of respect for the Haitian people and the Haitian government, because the border being closed it's not going to just hurt Haitians, because whether Dominican wants to value Haitians in their country or outside of their country surrounding the borders, Haitians, they do play a role in the economy in the Dominican Republic. So my thing is, why take such extreme measures where even planes are not flying into Dominican Republic from Haiti? Am I correct, Rick? Is that true right now?
Mm-hmm. It's a complete shutdown, like you said, land, sea, and air. And I also believe that Abinader pretty much sealed his own fate by what he just did right now, his latest move, because it's not the first time he shut the border down, where you had the merchants and the people selling their goods and wares near the border, and they've lost too many times. And if you can recall, like the Montgomery busing issue back in the day with Rosa Parks, um, at the end of the day, racism is always going to be there, but the almighty dollar speaks first. So if you take food away from people, you take money away from people, they're going to remember that. The businesses are not going to allow to, people, businesses, things of that nature are not going to take any kind of suffrage for rien, for bullshit, for nothing. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what's going on with him, and I'm not speaking ill of him. It's not my place to do that. But we all already know what it is, And to me, I think he on both sides. We need some type of government where we can put our hands together and our heads together and do something positive where both sides can, balance
Coexist.
out, coexist. Yeah, thank you for that word. Coexist,
Mhm.
compromise.
Yes. Marie Narcisse says, I would never go to the Dominican Republic because of the way they are treating the Haitians. I don't understand why some Haitians would go to invest their money there. Mm.
Money talks. That's what it is.
And the master says, how do Haitian look like, Rick? I think I asked you that question before I even got there. That's how you know. Arlene says that's how you know a person is racist, by that statement. You don't look like the whole
So
island.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, there are very dark-skinned Dominicans here, and I don't know if they're, well, of course they're of African descent, but I don't know if they're Haitian, or maybe they've been there so long, the Haitian ethnicity has been far removed. But I mean, of course, African slaves and not slaves, but people from Spain were brought over to this island too as well. And there's always been a constant mixing and mixing and mixing. That's why you see all shades of Dominicans, and you still will see, of course, a limited amount of shading within the Haitian community. But of course, I think the Dominicans are more evenly, well, more widely spread out because you'll see a white looking Dominican, and then you'll see a very dark skinned Dominican. So it's all one and the same. And there are times like I'll see a fellow, well, I'll think this person is a Haitian. I'll start saying something to him in Creole, hoping that he can, speak my language. But he's like, no, he's not Haitian, or he doesn't know anything about what I'm saying. So you get all types. So you can't really tell. Just like I remember there was one time I was in Haiti. I forgot where I was at. I think I was Laville, further down, and I was just sitting, drinking some beers, and I'm walking, I'm watching the whole scenery, and I'm just looking at the faces, and I'm like, damn, we're all the same people. For a second, I felt like I was transported to somewhere in like Alabama somewhere or somewhere in Mississippi, and I'm just looking at the faces and like how I could just be anywhere in America, especially in the South, and I'm thinking, look how we all look. We're all just basically the same. Even if you think of Jamaica or Barbados and all that. Like if you go to the Caribbean festival, I don't know how they did it in Houston, if you had Caribbean festivals and things of that nature, but in Boston or New York, whatever, if you take the flags away, you really, really can't tell who's what. Maybe just by a certain feature, you can say, he kind of looks Jamaican, but you would never really, really, really be sure. So I'm thinking, take the flags away, take the colors away, you can't really tell us apart. So that goes to say we're all the same people. I really don't understand what this nonsense is about. Because especially when I first got to America, Haitians were hated on. It's not until, at least way long ago that we gain our respect and, we show them who we are. And we're not going to take any kind of crap from anyone. And, we leveled up and things like that. But at the end of the day, we're all still the same. So I don't know what the big deal is. And even when you speak of a Korean or a Norwegian, Swedish, whatever, Chinese, Brazilian, we're all still the same people. What the? Let's just live and enjoy the time we have on this earth because it's not for long.
So, Stallion, have you noticed that darker skinned Dominicans or maybe Haitians are treated differently in the Dominican Republic compared to the light skin?
Yes and no. I mean, I've met women, over in the Dominican Republic that are Haitian descent, but they may be 2-3 generations deep. So, like I said, I don't see it right in the front, but I'm not looking for it either. I mean, when I go there, I'm not thinking in that mindset, and just in viewing people. But I do see, like I said, I've seen the police roundups, and I know of it personally because of my personal relationship, with a woman there, and they're just. And I understand it's their country and it's a sovereign nation and so forth and so on. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And the way that the Dominican Republic, how they implemented their policies and dealing with Haitians that's the wrong direction. And now it's really at the end of the day, they're only screwing themselves because Americans and others are going to see that and they're going to say, okay, do I want to spend my money in the Dominican Republic or do I want to go to another Caribbean country? And some literally will not come there, so they're just losing out on money. The very thing that they think that they're helping, they're screwing themselves because they're losing out on revenue could be coming into the country by some of the draconian actions that they've taken. There's a due process for everything. If you're there illegally, okay, fine. There's a due process you go through. You just don't round them up and throw them on a raggedy bus and then drop them off at the border and say, have a great life, don't come back. That's not the correct way of doing things. There's a process we all follow through in any government. So, again, the implementation of it is, there's a sovereign country. I get that. but follow the process, follow due process. They got paperwork or whatever else, and they show it. You let them go. You don't. I've heard horror stories where, they just said, we don't care, we don't want to see that. Get on the bus. That's a draconian approach. And internationally, people see that. Anybody that goes there to visit gets a whiff of that, and it's a turnoff.
But the whole thing is, if I may interject, it almost feels like that's all for nothing, because as of right now, the Dominican Republic is the number one tourist spot in the Caribbean. I used to think it was like the Bahamas or Jamaica or something like that, but no, it's the Dominican Republic. So it doesn't even really seem like they're being really truly harmed by what they're doing. I mean, like maybe they might try and do it behind closed doors. Maybe some Haitians might be safe in the tourist area, like Punta Cana and Puerto Plata, things of that nature. But still, above all, they still round up Haitians early, every day, all day, and it is what it is. It's just a real tough situation. I completely
Now,
agree.
let me interject. Rick, never get comfortable in no spot.
Uh-huh.
In every spot, don't ever get comfortable in a spot. I have Jamaican friends that told me how well Haiti was booming. How at one point Haiti was number one.
The Pearl of the
So,
Antilles. I know
mhm.
that. Hmm.
So it doesn't make it because DR is number one today that they stay that way. Because
No,
believe me, time can go against you, and you have to keep up with the currents. And if the rest of the world is watching certain behaviors, certain actions, then you may not keep that number one power as long as you'd like, which I'm not hoping and praying on anything bad to happen. But what I know is things can change within time, and things have changed because we've seen it where Haiti have taken its own hits. Someone made a comment about why do Haitians think that Dominicans are bad. I know that's not very true because I myself do not think that all Dominicans are bad. I'd be delusional to think that all Dominicans are bad. I actually admire some of the characteristics in Dominicans, and I pray that Haitians that do rub shoulders with Dominicans would adapt and imitate some of that characteristics, because one of the things about Dominicans, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, from the little time I noticed that they live with each other. They do have a level of unity, and don't get me wrong, every culture have, we all have our faults, but for the most part, for it being a small island, you can tell that they coexist. Whereas in our country, within us, we create a lot of division. There is major trust issues within between us in Haiti that somehow they have overcame. So I do not think that all Dominicans are bad people. I am delusional to think that. Actually, if you watch some of my videos when I went to the Dominican Republic, I think I gave you guys a very, very good review. And I think I was more angry at our Haitian government at the fact that there was such drastic difference between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, which is right next door. So it was absolutely no way for us not to see it, or being a leader not to be able to imitate some of that. So I think that Haitians, especially our leaders, they imitate all the wrong things. If you can learn to do bad, then you definitely can learn to do good also. It's not just bad that you have to learn. Greens NY 718 says, Bonjour, c'est Marie. Est-ce que vous pensez que fermer frontière a aidé Haïti pas dépend de République dominicaine encore? Et une nation progressive tant coup d'hier. Merci en pile pour question ça, okay? For my English people, she basically said, good morning, my sister Marie. Do you think that closing the border is a good thing for the Haitian people, which will help them to be independent and not depend on the Dominican Republic. An nou di mwen pense li yon bon bagay. An bon nou exemple avec Cuba. Cuba longtemps yo te traversé un moment qui était très difficile avec peuple américain. Et en pile moun le yo tap gade Cuba qui un petit côté qui très petit, le yo te campé en face américain. En pile moun te pense yo tap coulé que pays sa jodi a pas tap gen pays que yo tap en dernier. Mais ça qui vient rive, li vient aider Cubain yo en pile le yo retire tête yo dans série de relations. Yo prend avantage là pour yo éduquer tête pa yo. Et yo vient commencer à prendre de série de bagages. Ça yo te gen, yo vient perfectly, yo apprendre qui jan pour yo vivre avec ça yo gen, qui jan pour yo ranger, qui jan pour yo ceci, qui vient faire que jodi en Haïti, n'importe ça on a dit premier docteur qui a couru pour bon aide que nous pas bail crédit vraiment dans pays à c'est Cubain. Et bien quoi c'est Cubain qui kembe la vie en pile nan nous haïtiens jodi en santé parce que yo même vraiment yo entré dans pays a yo aider, yo montrer, yo éduquer et yo travail. So dans un sens mais pour que nous fassions progrès ça, même gens à Cuba, c'est pour nous gagner un gouvernement qui a même passion avec Cuba. C'est pour nous gagner un nèg qui vraiment jam, qui a combat pour pays, qui a combat pour demain si Dieu veut pays, qui timoun pays, qui croit dans l'éducation, qui croit que dans ça que nous gagnons, nous pral masterly, nous pral apprendre ni et nous a montré la génération et nous pas juste focus sur ça que nous pas gagné. Mais en nous bail vérité, même dans bagay canal là, nous voyons que c'est un bagay peuple à gérer. Nous pouvons connaître côté exactement gros nèg nous yo yé, gros poète nous yo yé. Yo pouvons dire un mot vraiment. Et m'a dit tout en créole. N'attend des gros leaders gang, jodi a plagué des séries de réponses, y a plagué vidéo, y a dit au côté au campé avec peuple. C'est ça qui triste tout dans nous-mêmes peuple haïtien. Pendant chita la m'a dit j'aimerais mes peuple haïtien et moi même moi d'accord c'est là pour moi avec haïtien. Ou que moun qui ka vraiment aider haïtien ou demander qui ça exactement qui passé dans pays en bay vérité parce que là pour moun qui pour ta camper avec nous ou pas ka joindre yo. When it's time guys for the people in which that should stand up with the Haitian people to stand up, we cannot find them guys, they quickly disappear. To answer your questions, yes, it would be a great advantage to the Haitian people because at times when certain privileges are taken away from you, eventually you have to deal with it and life goes on. It will teach the Haitian people to be independent. We will find a way, and here in Haiti, we have to know that we will make it. And well, we can make it. And we can make it.
I was going to piggyback on what you said with the question that the lady posed. And I feel like in the short term, it's always a great thing to have passion and you want better things for your country. But if the border was to stay closed right now, without us having that canal in place to produce what we need to produce to sustain ourselves, then it's going to hurt us in the long run.
Hold on. But I don't like being interrupted, but est-ce que there was some hashtag Rick na lifestyle? Fuck Canal la fête.
Of course, no. Of course it has to be made.
Canal la fête.
No.
I don't want no hate, right? Because this is my opinion. But if the border didn't open, it wouldn't bother me. That's number one.
Okay.
Furthermore, because obviously this relationship is starting to be a strained relationship. And until we can come to a level of agreement, it should stay closed. because closing it by air, sea, and land, the mass amount of Haitians had not committed an illegal crime. We had not massacred Dominicans. We had not physically been a problem to the Dominicans. So if they want to keep, personally for me, I know for business, it may not be good.
Well,
But
that's all I was saying. Like, I'm just saying, of course, we need to stay on track and do what we need to do in order Haiti to be in a better place. I'm just saying, in the short term, in regards to the question that she asked, I'm saying, of course, that it's going to hurt in the short term, but hopefully in the long run, we'll do better because we are a passionate people. I mean, like, that's one of the, I can't say Americans are not passionate, but in Haiti and seeing how we live and how we are, there's a different level of passion. Like a clear example, like when you go to a place of government where you need service or you need something to be done and you have to stand in line to get that service, I always see Haitians are fighting with each other to stay in line compared to when, I'm growing up in the States, you wait in line to get some food, you wait in line to, at a bank, to do whatever you need to do. There's order. So I remember one time I'm in a DCPG trying to do things I need to do to get my passport. And this lady comes up next to me and goes, "Hey, is this the line for so and so?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm here for this, whatever, right?" And she's standing right next to me. So then now it's like she's inching up to get in front of me. And I'm looking at her like, "Where are you going?" But okay. So now this guy comes through with a clipboard trying to look all important. They're like, "Okay, everybody, get in line, get in line, get in line." So now everybody just whoop, gets together and everybody's just scrunched up, like all together, like, literally there's this dude in front of me, but I don't want to get up into his butt because I'm not with that. I don't, I'm Americanized in a sense. I'm not gonna right up in your ass, you know what I mean? But the lady who was right behind me is all up on me. I'm like, damn, lady, like, and she was like, because everyone else is wrestling with her, and she's wrestling with me, but then she's telling me to move up. I'm like, I'm not moving up, and she's still like wiggling and doing all this other stuff. I'm thinking, what do you want me to do? So what I did, I just bent over and started twerking on her. You know what I mean? I started bent over and started shaking my ass. She's like, she backed up, like, "What the hell you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I thought you wanted to dance since you all up in my ass, lady." Everyone else around me started to laugh. I had to make light of it because it's, what the hell you doing? It's like there's no order. So I mean, that's why I see where the passion is. It's like they don't want to miss out. They don't want to lose it. They want to get theirs. And I feel like if Haitians, of course, carry on and do what we need to do to get to a better place, it has to happen. And I'm all with that. I was just expressing that it will hurt in the short term, but the long run will be hopefully better. That's all.
well, my hope is to have the government with the people. The only issue we have in our country, guys, is the leaders. The minute we can have strong leaders that makes the Haitian people a priority, you're gonna see a major change within Haiti. But as of right now, closing the border does affect a lot of people. But then you do have a lot of people that are like myself. If this is how Dominicans are going to, the government, I'm not going to say the Dominican people, but if this is how the government is going to just make decisions, go to drastic measures, then you can let the border stays closed. That's just my opinion. So someone says, where do they donate? Guys, in reference to donating towards the project, the canal project, I do not know. And I don't want to share information because I have yet to verify anything that's specific, or have yet to find someone that is trustworthy, that I know for a fact that if we were to put funds together, that the funds will go exactly towards that project. So for me, I don't want to say, hey, donate towards this person, and I'm not sure exactly if they're going to do the right thing. So for right now, guys, I do not know. My hope is to be able to take a trip, and maybe there I will be able to personally say, hey, here's 10 sacks of cement from Life in Haiti because I support the movement. I will keep you guys updated as far as what will take place in the future. So, Stallion, starting with you, is there anything that you like to say before we end? Because I've kept you guys on for 3 hours.
3 hours. Wow, I didn't know what that. I showed an hour and 45 minutes, but that's okay. No, I don't. I don't really have anything to add to it, just from what I've seen in my observation. But again, there has to be some sort of resolution. This pissing match going back and forth. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for the Haitians or the Dominicans. It's like this ongoing thing back and forth. And the president, the DR president. I mean, when I looked at him, I kind of think I mean, they're nationalists. I mean, just call it what it is. And it's not good. The Baker people are good. I mean, there's bad people there too, but it's the politicians at the end. And in my opinion, he just wants to show how big he is, in his privates to everybody by doing some of the stuff he's doing. So, that needs to subside, and they need to work together, make a resolution, what needs to be done, and move forward. It's simple as that. Because nobody, there is no winners out of this. But that's just my point of view, looking at from an outsider looking in. And we lost her.
Did we? Oh, the stream. Oh no,
I'm back. I'm back, guys.
Oh, okay.
I apologize. My internet was acting up. But yes, guys, what were you guys saying? I apologize. I didn't get to hear the end statement and what you guys were saying.
I just said that there just needs to be a resolution because there's no winners out of this. At the end of the day, it affects both economies, both of the people, and it's not the individual people in either one of these countries. It's really the governments, and in this case, the Dominican president decided to make the moves he has, and it might be politicized because there's no winners. They're going to end up screwing themselves. I mean, that's just the reality. If you shut down the borders, let's just say an American comes down there and they fly into Santiago or Puerto Plata, and they want to go over to Cap Haitian. Well, if they shut everything down, that person that from that third party country has nothing to do with what's going on there. They just lost business because they're bringing money in and they want to fly over to Cap Haitian and back and forth or do whatever. That's an example of losing out on potential money that could be coming in to both countries. But primarily the Dominican Republic, as you fly out, normally would come to the Dominican Republic and then fly over one of the regional air carriers over. So that's an example of what I'm saying.
So, any last words, Rick?
I love Haiti. I love my country. Like I don't know if you're probably immune to the sound that's going on in the background, like the zondolites that making the noise in the background. I miss that sound because it's so soothing and it only comes out at night. You can fall asleep easy to it. It's just to me, it screams home. I miss those little lizards making the noise in the background. That's what a zondolit is. And so, of course, nobody in this situation can say that it's balanced. We just want better. We don't want to take anything away from you or have you downtrodden. We just don't want to be downtrodden ourselves. Let's just balance things out so at least both sides can be happy. Like, the government, smarter heads, intelligent minds put the will of being here on this earth and all of us wanting to be in a better situation in order for us to move forward and everyone just be happy to be alive, because I can't imagine people living the way that we are living, us Haitians are happy right now, of course, So I just want a better life for everyone, not anyone just to be down. Everyone.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much. Rick, I want to also thank you so very much for finding the courage to come on the show and for being honest, being your true self. Many people in the live gave you compliments. I'm not sure if you were seeing the comments as I was flashing them. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much for being a guest on Life in Haiti. I
My
wish you the
pleasure.
best
Hmm.
there. And I should have asked you this before we left, but what would you like to see in Haiti for you to be pushed to want to come back to Haiti before you go? And then last question.
A stable government that cares about its people. You know, these government people will send their friends, their family, their children abroad, and they're okay where no bandits can attack them, where they're not downtrodden, where they got food to eat, good education, all that. But then they don't give a care about the people actually on the soil of the motherland. If you think about the motherland first and take care of us first, but we all can do well, that's what make me want to go back. As long as I know I can provide for my daughter, for myself, for my people, that's what would make me
Hmm.
want to go back. If I don't have that concern, there's nothing will be holding me back to go back home.
Wow. Well, thank you again, Stallion. Thank you so much. Any last words?
No, I think I'm good to go. I think everything's been aired out here on the live, giving different viewpoints and what it is. But yeah, I'll agree with my co-host on here. Yeah, they need to get their act together on the other side of the border. That's what's good. If they have a stable government and some transparency, some of these issues wouldn't even exist that we're talking about tonight. I mean,
Hmm.
so that's where it starts at. There's many resources in Haiti. They got beautiful beaches. It could be just as nice, if not nicer, in the DR. They just got to get it together. So that's the way I see it.
Very true. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys later.
All right, take
Salute.
Salute. Guys, I just want to say thank you. Let me give a shout out to Scotty Cadet. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Scotty says America is a good experiment of how different Americans can work together. In San Diego, I realized how Mexicans crossing the borders are like Haitians. We all need better understanding in both sides of the border. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. God bless you and welcome to the Life in Haiti family. Guys, I don't think it could be said any better. We all need better understanding on both sides of the border moving forward, guys. I hope I will keep you guys updated, and I hope that somehow we meet in the middle and be able to resolve this situation. But as of right now, we have yet to see any progress within this situation. And know that this is just solely my opinion. I do know that the border being closed, guys, have affected a lot of Haitians, especially that depends on doing business with the Dominican Republic and vice versa. So, guys, you all be kind to one another. Spread the word about Haiti, guys. Let's make it known what's happening. Make your voice heard, guys. And there are certain situations that you should take a stance. This is not about politics. This is not about race. This is about giving the people of Haiti a fair chance, especially the people of the North, a fair chance, guys, to grow their crops, to water their crops. We know and hear about all of the things that people have to say about Haiti. But if today the people of Haiti are deciding to take that first step, we should definitely give them a chance. You all be kind to one another, guys. Look out for upcoming uploads. I'll keep you guys updated. Happy Sunday. Have a blessed one. Thank you to each and every one. Love you guys. Until next time. Don't forget, guys, to check out LIH Voice, guys. Don't forget, you all have a blessed one. Till next time, everyone.